My name is Alma Garcia from HR, and I will be hosting this presentation along with our campus partners, Nick Alexander from Records and Registration, and Shen Milunovic from Student Finance. Again, thank you for joining us today. I'm the Fee Waiver Coordinator for the CSUN campus. I confirm employee and dependent eligibility and coordinate the application of the fee waiver here at CSUN and for our employees using the fee waiver on other CSU campuses. On the agenda today, I will go over eligibility, eligible programs, details about the benefit, the application fee reimbursement, how to apply, and tax implications. Nick will go over CSUN academic programs and policies, and Shen will cover student finance fees. At the end, there will be time for any specific questions you may have. Before we get started, we want to share a checklist with you that will be emailed to you after the workshop. The purpose of this checklist is to help organize and display the detailed steps needed for this process. And to briefly go over it, the first column lists a couple tasks. The second column lists deadlines for that specific task. And the checklist item required for columns indicate what type of reason the fee waiver benefit is being utilized for. And the last column is a completed checkbox column to be marked once the task is complete. And I can go over a few of these to help better navigate. The first one applies to you if you are applying to the university of your choice. The deadline reads the priority application for fall enrollment October 1st through November 30th. But the priority application periods must be reviewed as each change depending on the term you're applying for. This task is then required for employees obtaining a degree or dependents obtaining a degree. A few other important tasks on here to review are the activation, student account, and register tasks that will be reviewed in detail later in the presentation. The activate student for the term, so they will be assigned a registration date, is a behind-the-scenes task done by Records and Registration. Similarly, the apply fee waiver benefits to student account is a behind-the-scenes task done by Student Accounting. The register for classes task would be for the fee waiver recipient to complete. I also wanted to mention that all the blue underlined content are hyperlinks that navigate to websites for more info, so please feel free to explore those later. Fee waiver eligibility criteria for employees vary and is based on each bargaining unit. It is summarized here on this chart. For Unit 1, physicians, all members are eligible. For Units 2, 5, 7, 9, CSU, Units 4, academic, and Unit 6, skilled trades, full-time and part-time permanent employees are eligible. For Units 8, public safety, C99, confidential, E99, excluded, and E98, executive, permanent employees, and full-time probationary employees, no temporary, are eligible. For M80, which is MPP, all full-time employees are eligible. To be eligible, Unit 3 employees must meet one of the following criteria. They must be tenure-track faculty, either tenured or probationary, or FERP. FERP faculty are eligible only during the semesters in which they have an active appointment. The second criteria would be lecturers and other faculty unit employees with a 3-year temporary appointment. 3-year appointment eligibility is obtained by working at least 1 semester for 6 consecutive academic years. The third one is coaches with at least 6 years of service in their department. 1 semester in the bargaining unit on a single CSU campus during a single academic year is considered 1 year of service. If you are unsure of your appointment status or your 3-year appointment, you can email feewaiver@csun.edu and I can review that for you. Dependent eligibility criteria. Eligible employees may transfer their fee waiver benefit to a certified dependent, including a spouse, registered domestic partner, or domestic child with applicable age limits. For units 1 and 8, the dependent age is 23. For all other units, the dependent age is 25. A child or stepchild, age 23 or 25 or above, who is incapable of self-support due to a disability that existed prior to age 23 or 25, may also be eligible for the benefits. And again, if you have any questions on the specific criteria, you can email me, feewaiver@csun.edu, and I'll be happy to go over that with you. Dependent details. If both parents are employees and eligible to transfer their fee waiver benefit to a dependent child, each employee may transfer the benefit in part of a 2-party waiver. Dependents utilizing the benefit must be matriculated, meaning they must be working towards a degree. Dependents must also be accepted to the university before the fee waiver is applied to their account. State-supported programs. It's important to note that fee waiver applies only to state-supported courses. Enrollment in the fee waiver and reduction program does not apply to self-supporting programs, including the enrollment in the same College of Extended Learning. To find out if a CSUN course is state-supported, you can go to the CSUN class search, and the session dropdown should read regular. Anything listed in the regular courses are state-supported. And for the summer, anything listed in the year-round cohort courses are applicable for fee waiver. Anything listed under the same college is not applicable for fee waiver. To find out if a program on another campus is state-supported, you can go to the CSU degrees on degrees.calstate.edu and search the interested program you are in, and anything listed under campus is state-supported. You will know if it's through the extended learning because it will say extension. So again, if you have any questions or concerns about the program that you're interested in is not state-supported or is through the extended learning, I can happily double check that for you. Summer and winter programs. The summer fee waiver application is password protected because in the summer, the state-supported courses are limited. You must email feewaiver@csun.edu with the information of interested courses in order to retrieve the password. Winter fee waiver applications are similar. They're also password protected, and you must email me with the same information in order for your courses to be verified and to be sure that they're state supported. Benefit details. To provide a general explanation of the benefit, the fee waiver benefit waives 2 courses or 6 units of tuition, whichever is more, per term. Mandatory fees may also be waived or reduced depending on the person using the benefit, per the collective bargaining unit. Students using the fee waiver may enroll in additional units, but will have to pay for the difference in tuition and fees. The fee waiver can only be applied to state-supported programs across all CSU campuses. Fee waiver may be only used by one person at a time. Application fee reimbursement. The Cal State Apply $70 application fee is reimbursable for students using the fee waiver benefit. Only one can be reimbursed, which is from the campus the student ultimately attends. Please visit the CSUN fee waiver website and click on Application Reimbursement Request for the link to the Adobe Sign form. You will need to attach proof of CSU Apply application fee payment. Instructions are available within the form. 2 forms are available for students attending CSUN and for students attending another CSU campus. How to apply. You must apply via CSUN portal for every semester you intend to use the benefit. For priority processing for this upcoming 2023 spring, you must apply before November 4th. And now I am going to show you a how to apply video. Please be aware there is no audio in this video, only captions that I will read through. So we go to www.csun.edu/faculty-staff. We're going to click on CSUN portal. We're going to enter your CSUN credentials and then click on login. Click on the HR drop-down menu at the top right and click on benefits. Then we're going to click on fee waiver. Read the benefit information, and then we're going to click on OK. Search for open applications. Click on the interested term. And select the person utilizing the fee waiver benefit. Select the campus of attendance. And complete the rest of the application answering questions about the student. We're going to click agree and then submit application. The application module will check your eligibility automatically. And if you are eligible, you will receive a confirmation email right away. If your application cannot be confirmed immediately, you'll see an alert with instructions. For any questions at all, please email fee waiver and I can take a look at your application individually. What's next? After completing the application, employees can expect to see their registration date in the portal in November or December for the spring term. You will also receive an email from Records and Registration with more information about your registration date. Please be aware that this may take up to 3 weeks after you've applied for the benefit. Student Finance will then apply the appropriate waived fees amount and if and when you are an active student. And if you are applying to a different CSU campus, I will send that fee waiver application to that campus accordingly. Tax implications. There are tax implications for the fee waiver benefit based on the course level, the dollar amount of the benefit, and the relationship between the student and the employee. For employees using the benefit, undergrad courses are not taxed, but graduate courses are if the waived fee amount is over $5,250. For dependents using the benefit, undergrad courses are not taxed at all, and graduate courses are taxed on the entire waived amount. For registered domestic partners, all courses are taxed on the entire waived amount. The taxation is applied to the employee's pay warrant. If you will be taxed, you will receive a notice in advance via email from fee waiver. The rate is 36.25% of the amount waived. Now I will turn the presentation over to Nick Alexander from Records and Registration.
Thank you, Alma.
No problem.
So I'm going to talk now about the programs you can apply to. So it's really important to distinguish this from what we call internally a transitory student. So let's say you are an employee, you want to use the fee waiver, you want to take some classes just for fun. You want to maybe take some kinesiology classes, or maybe there's an area of interest that you're just interested in learning more about. Without the intent of earning a degree in a particular program. So if you fall into that category, you would be considered a transitory student. And I think it's important to kind of clarify that because although the course is the same as a course you would take, whether you're taking it for a program or not, it's important to understand the differences and the implications of it on your record. So I'm going to hit the pause button there real quick. I'll talk about academic programs and then I'll circle back to transitory. So if you or your dependent or spouse are interested in pursuing a degree-seeking program, so master's degree, undergraduate degree, or credential, you want to go through the same exact process as any other student, i.e., you want to apply through Cal State Apply. You're going to have to meet all the eligibility requirements. You're going to provide transcripts and hit all those checkboxes that any other student would hit. And when it comes to graduate programs or credential programs, it's really, really important that you connect with those programs. Many graduate and credential programs have info sessions that you can attend. You would want to go to their department website. You can sign up for it. Graduate programs especially may have a wide range of different requirements. They may want a separate application that they have internally. They may want to interview you. They may want letters of recommendation. They may want statements of purpose. So it's very, very important that you do your research, especially in respect to graduate programs. And also bear in mind that their application and program deadlines will vary. So if you are intending to go for an academic program and get a degree, be sure to do your research ahead of time and be sure that you're aware of all the deadlines around the application itself, because this application that I'm referring to is the Cal State Apply application, not specific to the fee waiver benefit application. That's a little bit different. But if you're going to use your benefit and you want to pursue a degree, or your spouse or dependent, then you have to make sure that you do both. Now, if you want to get more information on the academic programs, by all means, click on any of those links. If you're interested in some of the other programs offered at other CSUs, if you go to the Chancellor's office, you can actually, and if you do a Google search of CSU programs, you can actually come up on a page where you can cross-reference and filter programs across the entire CSU system, which is pretty handy. So, let's see, let's go on to the next slide. How to apply as a student goes into a little bit more detail about applying to an academic program. And we have the dates and deadlines posted on our page. If you click on the admissions link and identify what kind of student you fall into, you could see that information. Again, if you're a grad student or credential, be sure you go to those program web pages too. Like I said, they have a wealth of information and they will likely have some open house type of sessions that are really, really helpful. So if you have any questions about academic programs or any of what I just went over, feel free, to ask. We'll have time at the end for questions. But I just wanted to highlight something about that transitory status. So if you notice here, the second bullet point, if you wish to take courses for self-enrichment, not pursuing a degree, you'll be considered either undergrad or graduate transitory, and a formal university application is not required. So if you fall into that category, then all you got to do is fill out the fee waiver application. And what happens is Alma will let us know if you are this type of student, a transitory student. And what we do in the background and why it takes a little bit of time is we actually have to create an abbreviated application for you. It's not a Cal State Apply application. It is the foundational information and application that we have to create in order to activate you as a transitory student. So if we have some folks who every year they take some kinesiology classes, and so we create applications every term for them. So there is a little bit of a delay. Sometimes we'll get a list of several hundred students, and it takes us quite a bit of time to create those. We have to create them manually. But I want to highlight a couple things about being a transitory student. So the course you take still has the same value as if you were in an academic program. What I mean by that is also has the same impact to your academic record. So let's say you take an English class and you take it for fun, and maybe you attend a few classes here and there, and if you take it for a grade, and let's say you get a D, heaven forbid you get a D, but if you get a D, that actually becomes a permanent part of your academic record at CSUN. Let's say a few years from now, you decided to change your mind, you want to apply to a program. Well, you're going to carry that GPA over. It doesn't stop. It continues with you within that academic career. It's something that not a lot of folks keep in mind. So my advice that I give to you is if you're going to take classes and they're purely going to be for fun, self-enrichment, choose the option for credit, no credit. If you end up not passing it, there's no negative impact. It's just a no credit, and it does remain on your transcript. So that's something to keep in mind too. If down the road you apply to a PhD program, you may be asked to explain that. So my advice is if you're going to take it for fun, see if you can take it for credit, no credit. The other thing to keep in mind is that it's not necessarily every course. So what I mean by that is there are some courses that are very specific to majors and you have to meet prerequisites. So that's something very important to keep in mind too. For instance, Business Gateway, right? It's a 300 level course. It's something you can only take if you're a business student. So you wouldn't be able to take that if you're a transitory student. Prerequisites, co-requisites, they still apply whether you're an employee fee waiver student or not. So it's just something to keep in mind. So ask yourself some questions, do I want to pursue a degree? If you do, then start doing your research on it. If you want to take some classes, thinking that maybe down the road you'll take you'll get a degree in that, take the classes seriously because you want to carry those grades with you when you do get admitted into a program. So I hope I covered all the bases there. By all means, reach out if you need any help kind of understanding the difference between the two. But it's something really important to keep in mind. And I'll be hanging out at the end if you have any questions. So I believe, Shen, you're up next.
Hello, everyone. Student financials applies the fee waiver after notification eligible from HR and the student application clearance from admission records. So if you apply for a fee waiver during the period of processing period, the fee waiver should be activated when you register, meaning we will post the waiver on your account regardless if you enrolled or not. So once you enroll, the waiver will automatically offset your account charges based on your bargaining unit and your fee waiver structure. So for employees, that takes 7 units. Employees or dependents, that takes 7 units with 2 classes. We will have to adjust them manually before the payment deadline, so your account will show up properly. Otherwise, for employee takes 7 units, they will get charged of a pay unit fee. Student accounting regularly update the fee waiver for each bargaining units. And a lot of time, those fee waiver are based on your bargaining agreement with the chancellor's office. We periodically update the information, so you will get the most information from you can click the link below to get the information. Recently, there is a change in bargaining unit 6 and 8 for their dependent fee waiver, and we are in the process of updating it. You should see that new information reflected through this link in the next few weeks. Please check back on that. I guess that's it.
I just wanted to thank everybody again for joining. Thank you, Nick, Shen, Phyllis, everybody. I appreciate your attendance and your time. And again, let us know if you have any more questions.